Saw people dropping out of skiing, which bothered me. Lifelong skiers that all of a sudden thought it was getting too expensive, too glitzy. $250 lift tickets, lifts that cost $30 million, and where's it going? And how are the people that I know going to be able to stay in it? We all got together and we all knew each other from our work at Big Mountain. The only thing that was sticking up over here in the middle of the valley was Blacktail Mountain. And so I knew it was North Slope. I knew that it had adequate elevation without even looking or even looking at a map. To build a ski area in 12 months is a little ambitious. And we got to talking over a few beers, I suppose, and talked ourselves into it. It was word-of-mouth growth, which I think is healthy growth. What you see is what you get, and word of mouth is a good way to build a reputation, I think. 25 years without snowmaking, and we've never missed a Christmas, and it's as manicured as it should be. Because of that, we don't have snowmaking, but we have the unique ability, because our base area is on top, to ski the top half of the mountain. We can ski till we run out of snow and come back up. And we've done that a few years, had to open just the top half. I mean, there's very few ski areas in today's world that don't have snowmaking and survived 25 years. It was a sweat equity project. Everybody brought something to the table. Tom profiled the top of the mountain so we could do a nice base area plan, and Dennis did all the sewer and water and structural in the building, and Jeff built the lodge and built the shop. And we did all the run clearing, grubbed all the stumps, and constructed all the runs in the wintertime in the snow, building the lodge and building the 3 lifts and the handle tow and putting in the sewer and water, and didn't really start building the lifts or the lodge until the spring. It was a lot to do in 12 months, but we were in a hurry because we didn't have deep pockets and we wanted to not miss another operating season. Well, to start out brand new, I mean, nobody's done that, in this day and age. That the smaller ski areas might be responsible for the survival of the industry. When we were laying out the ski runs, I was by myself. So I had Ross come help me, and he was 12 or 13 maybe. But we were basically hollering at each other to figure out how far away we were to try to figure out the widths of the runs. It was that thick. Brought the kids to work, and they grew up there, and they understand that you don't always get home for dinner. I believe in nepotism,
Well, my very first year, I actually was in the 8th grade, and I got an MIP. My punishment was to come work up here for the whole season for free. Out of high school, I joined the railroad and started driving freight trains. I did that for 11 years, I guess it was. Decided it wasn't for me, and I came back to work with my old man, and then he sold it on me. My mom did ticket office for years. My older sister, Corinne, who lives down in Missoula, she's always done our internet stuff. Jessie Wood, who's my other sister, she's the general manager now. It's been just a local vibe, we haven't really reached out for tourism type stuff. It's mostly just been locals and keeping skiing a family thing. This is the original lodge. A lot of still the original tables. So this is the machine I was telling you about, setting towers with. Great big excavator with a boom on it and a winch up top. I don't see many people do it that way. And this other picture here, that's our cold camp that we would spend the winter times in while we were building the place. Pretty wild. And this is Rock Dreesen here. This is our rental shop guy. He came from Big Mountain, but he's been here since day one.
Secret in this business, the minute somebody walks through the door, they should be your best friend. Inhibitions off, just, hey, fun, right? People and animals are my passion, hobby. I got quite heavy into racehorses, shoeing them. Oh, I mean, you're naked in front of the crowd, and the owners will put tremendous heat on you. So, in other words, I enjoy pressure. I don't know if I enjoy it, but it makes me feel young. Then the other owners, I shot all of their horses, and we went in the mountains together, so we knew each other. And then when this started, they said, hey, do you want to do it? And I wasn't sure.
He'd never run a ski shop, but he worked at one for a lot of years, and I think was a little nervous about it at first. And you know, we always said he shot horses in the summer and skiers in the winter. And you know, to be that good with horses, you got to understand people. We put him in charge, and he's been in charge ever since, and does really good. I mean, there's nobody that can fit a pair of boots like he does.
We had no track record, had no money. I realized that what would make it work is service, not the fancy equipment for a while. I'm trying to tell him what about old farm people, our attitude.
Oh, your attitude.
And I don't think he's picking up on it. Spence, him and I are very, very good friends. He would come to me and say, hey, what do you think? You know, and owners normally don't do that. Ask the janitor. He never lost his patience, you know, kept me calm, right? Sometimes it took him a while to make a decision, but now that I look back on it, that was quite important. And I'll tell you what, Ross and Jessie, they're getting the job done. Jessie I don't think her head would have looked over that counter hardly when I first started helping her get boots and skis. So then it's, you know, it's cooked into you.
Good morning. Oh, I'm gorgeous. Hey guys. Hey guys. Luther, get in there. There you go. Now we're talking. Well, there's rotation, but it's all in the right place, right?
Right, all in the right place. No upper body weight.
It is always, you guys, the Sunday after his birthday, and Dr. Seuss was born. Oh my gosh, March 2nd. Come on.
It's still there.
It's Sharpied.
It's definitely
It's like,
Sharpie. Yeah, you
awesome.
might want to go wipe that off.
Dude. No, that is a straight up freckle. This right here.
No, it's Sharpie.
The tech team meets at 9:30 in the morning, and I just kind of check in and catch kids a little bit for them. We just make sure all the parents and the kids get connected, and I was a ski school director here for 19 years, so I kind of am still I tried to divorce myself from some things, but programs are my favorite thing we do, so I hang with these guys in the morning. Yeah.
This is my second year in the big seat.
Yeah, I mean, there really is no before the ski industry for me.
I was working at Big Mountain as a ski instructor, a teenage ski instructor, when he decided to open Blacktail.
Took night classes and went through college always working at the ski area.
Yeah, Jessie's been there from the beginning, I'd say. When we lost our ski school director, we made her ski school director at a pretty young age.
My dad is nothing if not tenacious, right? Like, he just decided to do it and pulled it off in a way that nobody else could have done it.
Oh yeah, I've followed him everywhere. I mean, he fished up in Bristol Bay.
And that was my biggest other career.
It's nice to have some younger blood looking at it, but it's a passion, I think. It's a lot of work. I mean, she paid her dues up there. So.
I really love being a part of Blacktail and my dad's dream and this community.
I think Jessie has eye of the tiger, and she's not gonna let that place down. She's gonna do her best every day. So we came up here 22 years ago, We got to know the Spencers because we rented every single thing down to the gloves practically. Rock would take care of us, and not only would he get us a rental, he would, these are good for you, Julia, these will be good for you. And Jane is 6 feet tall. Jane, let me get those boots on for you. It's a long way down for you. This is a different experience than just going up to ski.
When it was birthday time for me, and I think it was 60.
I think he was thinking of a personal lesson with Jesse or something very common and normal.
And I arrived there not thinking anything. We booted up, and here's the tickets, and everybody on the mountain's running around with my name on.
And wishing Marty happy birthday. I mean, it was clear. It was very fun.
Your name's Sunday. Your dad's birthday's on Sunday. Why don't we make the code word for that day your last name, Sunday, S-U-N-D-E. I'm going to keep this in a safe hiding place forever, so I have this memory.
So today we've got our annual lunch for the people at Blacktail, and we're serving Texas smoked turkey. We've taken it off the bone with some cheese. We've got chips, and we've got clementines and apples for the staff, probably for 36 to 40 people. We do this every year and bring up all the gifts that we've been given from corporations and share it with our friends up there. Then there was a period of time where I didn't get to come. We had some real illness in our family, and the one day when I switched with Marty and I got to go up, Steve said, "I have not seen you, Julia, are you all right?" And I kind of shared our news with him of the hardship of our daughter, and he just quietly said, "You know, these things can happen, you just never know." And I never knew the hardships he'd experienced with his family.
You know, our daughter Corinne had an accident when she was young. She fell off our porch and broke her neck and became quadriplegic. It's tough, you know, when you get a kid that's going through that. And, yeah, it was definitely one of our worst times, I guess. Yeah, she's lived with that, done really well with it. You know, she's never had a bad day if you talk to her, so. Yeah, and when you think of what we did in the middle of the winter, we cleared all those runs, built all the runs in the winter.
Dumped it and burned it all. The biggest fire you ever saw. We all rode the horses up from Brady.
Yeah, they got a picture of that up in the lodge, you know.
Oh, do you? No, I didn't know that. Haven't been up this year. 16-foot wall tent up there, right? And what do you call that run? What do you call it?
Cold camp.
Cold camp, yeah. We'd go up there in the middle of winter. We'd take snowmobiles or take the horses up, and we'd stay there and drink beer and go over Lake Marion. And just had it. We had a great time. We had a good life. You know, it's good.
We weren't quitters. We should have probably a couple times.
Probably a lot of times.
Yeah, we made a lot of memories there.
No regrets. Gee, those first days were wild up there. Remember that when Scotty's crew was up there?
Oh, yeah.
But the first time I rode that lift up over there, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Still get tears in my eyes thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you think back, you got to think, what were we thinking?
I'm fourth generation to live in Lakeside. We don't have a city. There is no mayor. There's no city council. But yeah, no, I've been run the Chamber of Commerce for over 10 years as president, and it's a pretty small community. And so people kind of call me the mayor every once in a while.
You know, he gives his time to the community. He's done some good things for Lakeside. I think he believes in the fact that the ski area has been the impetus or the thing that's caused the growth in Lakeside. I think that a lot of things would not have happened in Lakeside had it not been for the ski area.
Started teaching my kids how to ski up there, and they've all grown up learned how to ski in Jesse's ski school on Saturdays, and it's just become part of the natural rhythm of life in the winter in Lakeside. I got to know Steve a little bit better when we started working on campaigns to try to get the road paved. If you didn't know who he was when you go up there skiing, you just think he's another ski bum that you just happen to run into. You'd never know that he was, you know, running the whole show. His approach to keeping that culture on that ski hill, I don't think I really got it. I think I was still part of that mindset of, hey, we've got this incredible natural asset and we need to grow it up and use it to attract people and this and that. And I don't think that was ever really his goal. I mean, he wanted it to truly be a local family mountain. It really wasn't until the last 5 or 6 years, maybe as I started getting older, my kids were older, and you kind of get a different perspective on life, that I really understood and appreciated that.
After World War II, like 10th Mountain Division, there's a ton of ski resorts on Forest Service land. It used to be a really huge part of our operations. Having a permit on us, I just think it's another way to experience public lands.
Yeah, we really enjoyed Derek. You know, he's a skier. Because he's a skier, he understands it. You know, he understands, we are providing recreation on public land that the Forest Service couldn't do on their own. And it provides a lot of recreation to a lot of people.
To me, Steve is an icon. He still gets called to troubleshoot, to splice cables. These are dying arts. He's a Bible of where the industry has been, where it's at now, and everything in between. That intel is slowly disappearing. And I just have a huge bond with him because he was an outfitter in the Bob Marshall, and that's where I cut my teeth. Always looking out for the skier and the individual. And you're not in the ski industry to get rich. I was in it to give folks an opportunity to recreate on public lands, and visioned it and made it happen. That's pretty unique. You don't see that much anymore.
We were building the ski area, and to build a ski area in 12 months, we were working 7 days a week, long days, and Anyway, we were stringing the cable, and we had a big line horse winch with a straw line. It was snowing and foggy, and there was a big arm that was driving the spool that caught my glove and sucked my hand in it, and tore my thumb off and broke all my bones in my hand. He said, "Scotty, you got to take me down to the helicopter down there." My thumb was sticking out and all the bones were sticking up, and I was worried about myself going into shock. I was a medic in the Army, yeah. I was hoping I wouldn't go into shock. He kept looking over at my hand and he's driving fast. Then I was worried about him going into shock. That was a Friday night and I was back to work Tuesday. You don't even think about it. You got a lift broke down, you get it running by morning, Well, we aged out of it, and the fact that we had 4 partners, there was no way to give it to the kids, really. We weren't going to sell it to just anybody. We turned people away. I mean, there was some people that just would have lost it. They didn't have any idea.
The youngest ski area in the state has new owners as a resort out of Central Washington has purchased the family-friendly ski destination. Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort has purchased Blacktail, which was built from the ground up and has been independently run for 23 years. Mission Ridge is also independently run. Spokespeople say the resort bought Blacktail to expand on their love of independently...
They'd usually bring me in when people were looking. I never said anything to anybody, but I was quite concerned. Because this is, everything in here we built. I met Josh. I was extremely impressed. Very few questions. And what he said, I just go, oh, this guy is sent. right? Somebody picked him for me. And he was smart enough, he looked at my numbers and just don't change a thing. So with that attitude, then it makes you brave.
I've known about Blacktail since it was born, since '98 when Steve and the crew built this place, because we have a family cabin nearby that we built that same year. It's a big story. It's a small industry, you know, and probably will be the last one that's ever permitted as a new ski area on Forest Service land. I was born in Montana, my wife was born in Montana, so we've always had Montana as part of our lives and on our hearts. And our owner at Mission Ridge, Larry, one day just decided, let's go take a look. And Steve took us all around. So I have a sister resort, you know, Mission and Blacktail.
You know, Larry's a self-made guy and done a great job at Mission Ridge, as Josh has, and I think they turned that area around and done some really good things there. And you know, they're really good to their employees, understand who their customers are and what the product should look like. And so, yeah, they were naturals in my mind.
Really the value that we have is like making sure that the team is solid, that they're rewarded, that they're recognized and respected. It's because Jesse and the team here, a lot of them were just wearing multiple hats and bouncing around and constantly like running around putting out fires. You know, everybody that works at a ski area is making a sacrifice. In almost every case, you could go make more money somewhere else, but you're here because your heart's here and you want to be in this business, and it's what makes your soul sing, makes you happy, it's what makes you tick. And so that's why we're here, but we're certainly trying to elevate the experience for our staff first and foremost. If that's healthy, it'll just spill over into the external, into the pass holders, the ticket buyers, our guests. But our cabin is just right on the other side of that near ridge, on the other side of Flathead. And now we come up to Blacktail in the summer. Pretty cool.
Yeah, you can see down to the missions down there. Really got a good view from Jesse's place. Up at our party yard. Oh, here she comes. Should we have her take us out to her barn?
I just had to run up and start the oven for Jess.
Steve Spencer is just the coolest guy in the world to talk to. What they did to get this going, it's mind-boggling. And his whole family, Jesse and Ross and Corinne, are awesome because Steve is awesome, but probably even more so because Peggy's so awesome. And she's the greatest. And I didn't meet her until after we signed the papers on the purchase, and we went out to celebrate and have beers that night. I remember she leaned over to Steve and she goes, "I like these guys." It was pretty cool because she's pretty special lady.
They're my girls. We got one that's tricky. She can she can let herself in and out. I ran the kitty corner. We had a kitty corner for a short time. Then I worked in the retail shop, and eventually I worked in the ticket office, and I managed the ticket office for a while in there. It was great to raise the kids with the ski area in the background. Yeah. Yeah, they grew up in it, so many of our original skiers are still there. I mean, we all know each other, you know. I mean, there's a lot of people coming in, obviously, but there's still always somebody to ski with, somebody that you know and that you like to sit on the chairlift with and visit. So it is community.
This doesn't look good at all, Jess.
Doesn't look terrible.
Yeah.
You know how
How did you do this? How did you find the time?
Crock pots are a ski bum's dream, and they're a mama ski bum's necessity. Oh, sister, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know how we're gonna do. I was like, "What's going on, Rocky's like, I crawled up to my nipples in snow this morning to get to that door, and then I had to jump." I was like, I don't know. I like this guy.
I thought we were going to have to send somebody over here to be the GM or something. Like, I didn't know how we were going to navigate that. I'd convinced Steve to stay on board and work another year for us. Once I met Jess, then it was like, holy smokes, this just couldn't get any better. She's been here since day one. She's got all the experience and she's a great leader.
It's good. Microphone.
Well, I had nothing to do with it. Josh one day, he said, why didn't you tell me about Jessie?
So this is a picture of my great-grandma Lucy. She's in the middle, and she was on the Going to the Sun Road camp. So these three ladies, as they built the road, the gals would pack up camp, set up the tents, cook the meal, and going to the Sun Road. So my family was part of building Glacier National Park, as it turns out. And my daughter's named for Grandma Lucy. And these are my girls. These are all the boats I worked in Alaska. Homes. Yeah. All boats are women, you know.
Yeah.
That's the deal. This is kind of like the wedding wall. There's not much to say here. Great day, epic day. This is my husband, Marcel. It was drawn from a picture of him on the couch with the kids right after we found out he was sick. We dated in secret. Rock caught us making out in the ticket office once upon. Yeah, we want to see Rock turn 5 shades of red. He was very much a part of Blacktail and the family operation, and he recognized how important it was to me and my family. He always used to tell people that Blacktail was my first wife, and he was happy to play second fiddle. So when he was diagnosed, they figured he had 3 to 6 months. And he fought like hell for 2.5 years, and that was it. I'm very proud of us. We did a good job. When the sale happened, I was excited for the opportunity, but I also was kind of ready to maybe just step back and spend some time with my kids after that 2-year battle. But I really love the team at Mission Ridge. The way that they came in and just were committed to pushing forward and breathing some life into this place, it kind of breathed a little bit extra life into me too. I'm so proud of this place, and having somebody come along who recognizes who we are and what we've done and how hard it's been to do it makes it feel really good to go to work for these folks.
No, I'm not proud of what we did, but I mean, there was a lot of fingers in that pie, you know. It was not me. I'm glad that my kids are still working there, and you know, hopefully they'll help guide it. And never thought I'd still be doing it 50-some years later, but just I hope it's there another 25 years. And no, I've just been I started out as a ski bum and never really felt like a job. So. Hi, Teresa. Good. Yeah, I'm retired. Yeah.
And we aren't Mission Ridge, we are Blacktail, and it's different. And Montana's really unique in that, you know, we've got 15 ski areas here, and a majority of them are privately owned by people like us. Being as stubborn as Spencer's are, holding on to our culture and the way that we offer skiing to the community can be influential. It's an honor to be a part of this small group of areas that are still operating with a whole lot of heart and passion.